Hi everyone, I'm Haley and I love Christmas. So today we're going to be making gingerbread man cookies, but not just any gingerbread cookies. We are making the gingerbread cookies from Rosanna Pansino's newest cookbook, Baking All Year Round. I just got this book recently and I am so excited to start making recipes from it, especially this gingerbread cookie recipe. I love gingerbread. These are going to be some soft and chewy, delicious gingerbread cookies, so let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is mix together our dry ingredients, and I will put all of the ingredients in the description box below so you can follow along if you want. So I have 4 cups of flour, and then I'm going to add half a teaspoon of ground cloves, half a teaspoon of ground nutmeg, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of salt, and the most important one, 1.5 teaspoons of ginger. I mean, I wouldn't say it's the most important one, but they're like named after the spice, so I think it's pretty important. And now I'm just gonna stir all this together until it's well combined. Oh my gosh, it smells so good in here. And once that's all well combined, then we're gonna set it aside, and I have a large bowl over here, and I'm going to pour in 1 cup of packed dark brown sugar and 3/4 cup or 1.5 sticks of unsalted butter at room temperature. I'm using this cute little Christmas spatula I got. I love it. It has a Christmas tree on it. It's adorable. And I'm gonna beat that together until it's nice and fluffy. We're gonna beat it for 3 to 5 minutes. And don't forget to scrape down your bowl while you're mixing every once in a while. That way it all gets evenly combined. I just realized the mixer is making a huge mess. It's like throwing stuff all over the countertop. All right, I'm finally done. 3 minutes does not seem like a long time until you have to hold the mixer and mix something for 3 minutes straight. All right, so the next things we are going to add is 1 egg and 3/4 cup of molasses. Woo, look at that. This stuff doesn't smell the best, but it makes the cookies taste good. And now we're just gonna beat this all together. And once again, don't forget to scrape down the sides of your bowl. We wanna make sure it all gets nice and combined. And once that's all combined, we are going to take the flour mixture and add half of it into the bowl. That's about half. And now on a low speed, I'm just gonna mix this to combine it. This is such an arm workout. I know the machine is doing most of the work for me, but I feel like I'm the one doing the work. And once the first half of the flour mixture is mixed in, we're gonna add in the second half. And now I'm just gonna mix it in. It's kind of hard to mix it on a low speed because I feel like anything you do with an electric mixer is like, it's like already on number 10. And now that it's all done mixing together, I'm just gonna clean off my beaters because we want to get all of this batter. That's a lot of wasted batter if I don't clean it off. Now that our dough is done, it's ready to go in the fridge because it has to chill before we bake it. So I have some plastic wrap, which you can't see because it's clear, but I am going to take all of my dough and put it onto the plastic wrap and kind of shape it into a disc, and then we're gonna pop it in the fridge to chill it for 3 hours. All right, so I just realized that I don't think my plastic wrap is going to be big enough for this much cookie dough. It's a lot. So I'm gonna separate it into 2 actually and form it into 2 discs. Oh yeah. Just plop it on there, shape it into a little disc. Same with this one. This guy over here, we're gonna plop him on there and shape him into a little disc. And now I'm going to wrap them up. Make sure and wrap it really tight. Now my 2 discs of, I forgot what I was making for a second. I'm sorry. Okay, now my 2 discs of gingerbread cookie dough are going in the fridge to chill for 3 hours. All right, my dough is done chilling and now it's time to roll it out. So I am going to first lightly flour my work surface, and make sure that you clean your countertop before you do this. And then I'm just gonna take my dough and plop it down. And now I'm going to also lightly flour the top of it. And I'm gonna take my rolling pin and just press down on it and then start rolling it out. And Rosanna says to make it a 1/4 inch thick. So I'm just gonna keep rolling this until it's that size. And I find that it's easiest to roll from the inside out. Inside out. Because if you roll it any other way, then it picks up the dough and it can tear it sometimes. And now I have my Gingerbread Man cookie cutter, but honestly, if you don't have one of these, you can make them any shape you want. But since I am making Gingerbread Man cookies, then that's what I'm using. So I'm just gonna take my cookie cutter, press it in there, give it a little wiggle, and pull it out. Oh my goodness, they're so cute. And I'm gonna try to space these really close together so that I can fit as many as I can before I have to re-roll the scraps. Now that I have all of my shapes cut out, I'm just going to use a thin metal spatula to remove them. It says to place them about 1 inch apart. All right, I have my pan full of gingerbread cookies, and before we bake them, there's one last step. We're gonna stick them in the freezer to chill for 15 minutes so that they hold their shape while they're baking. Okay, I'm back with my gingerbread cookies. They finished chilling, and now it's time to bake them. My oven is preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and I am going to bake these for about 10 minutes, or as the recipe says, until they are firm to the touch and they look slightly dry. Going in the oven, oven. Okay, I'm back with all of my baked gingerbread cookies, and after I took them out of the oven, I put these little red M&Ms in them. These are for the buttons, and you want to put these in as soon as they come out of the oven, otherwise they won't stick into the gingerbread. It'll become too hard to put them in. But you can also use Red Hots. It's like a cinnamon candy. That's what Rosanna used, but my family said that they don't really like those, so I just used chocolate candies instead. Now the last step is to finish decorating them. So I'm just gonna make a quick vanilla glaze. You can also use royal icing if you'd like to, but that has egg whites. So the first thing I'm going to do is sift 1/2 cup of powdered sugar. And if you don't have a sifter, then you can just skip this part, but I like to sift it to make sure that there are no lumps. Ooh, it's like snow! Yes! It's snowing! There's never snow in Texas, so I'm enjoying the snow that I get from the powdered sugar. My goodness, Haley, do you ever not make a mess while you bake? The answer is no, actually. Then I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of milk. And I'm just gonna stir that all together until it's well combined. And if you think it's too thin, then you can add more powdered sugar, but you're just looking for a thick consistency like this, kind of like the molasses we put in the gingerbread cookies. And also, if you think it's too thick, then you can add a little bit more milk. So now I'm just gonna transfer this to a piping bag, and then we'll be ready to decorate. So now I'm going to frost them. I'm just going to do 2 little dots for the eyes and then a little smiley face. And then I'm also going to do some trim details on the arms and legs. And voila! Here are the finished gingerbread cookies. They are so cute. This is not all of them. It made about 33, but this is just all I could fit on this plate. It's time to try one. I'm gonna have this one. He's a little messed up, but I still love him anyway. This was one of my first ones. The icing started out a little hard, but then it got easier and easier, and I learned how to do it better. It just takes a little bit of practice. Let's try. These are so good. I mean, the molasses flavor and all the spices. It's like so strong and exactly what you want in a gingerbread cookie, but not too strong. And they're soft and chewy. They're not like brick hard like the ones you get at the store. Also, this is my first time making gingerbread cookies. This was super awesome. I love gingerbread cookies. I've just never made them at home before, but now I can, and I think I will be more often. Well, thank you so much again, Rosanna, for this recipe. It was super, super delicious, and I definitely recommend anybody else try these at home. And if you do, let me know down in the comments. Also, let me know what you want to see me bake next. Thanks so much for baking with me today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share my channel with all of your family and friends so everybody can have delicious recipes. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.